Washington/L.A., September 8, 2025. In a sharply divided decision, the U.S. Supreme Court has temporarily lifted a lower court's restrictions on federal immigration enforcement sweeps in Los Angeles, clearing the way for the return of aggressive, roving patrols that critics have denounced as discriminatory. The 6-3 ruling allows Immigration and Customs Enforcement, ICE, and other federal agents to detain and question individuals based on a totality of circumstances standard, reviving tactics that had been halted earlier this summer. The court's emergency order, issued via its shadow docket, reverses a temporary restraining order that barred stops based solely on race, language, occupation, or location. Justice Brett Kavanaugh, writing in concurrence, emphasized that while ethnicity alone cannot justify a stop, it may be considered alongside other factors under reasonable suspicion. He highlighted that large numbers of undocumented individuals in Los Angeles frequent certain job sites, like day labor sites, car washes, and Home Depots, as grounds for patrols. In contrast, Justice Sonia Sotomayor, joined by Justices Kagan and Jackson, issued a strong dissent. She condemned the ruling as a grave misuse of the court's expedited docket, warning that it opens the door to the targeting of people simply because they look Latino, speak Spanish, and do manual labor. The original restraining order, issued by U.S. District Judge Mame E. Frimpong, cited extensive evidence of racial profiling and Fourth Amendment violations, stemming from large-scale street sweeps that ensnared day laborers and even U.S. citizens. Following the Supreme Court's ruling, the Department of Homeland Security signaled a full-scale enforcement response, vowing to flood the zone with patrols. However, immigrant rights advocates, local officials, and civil liberties groups raised alarms, predicting a surge in fear, harassment, and constitutional violations, especially in communities where nearly one-third of residents are foreign-born. California Governor Gavin Newsom condemned the decision, calling it a parade of racial terror in Los Angeles and pledging continued resistance. What's next? Legal battle continues. Although the Supreme Court's order is temporary, the underlying case, Noam versus Vasquez-Perdomo, is far from over. A full hearing before the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals is scheduled to follow. As enforcement escalates, immigrant communities and civil rights organizations are bracing for intensified raids and legal confrontations, fueling deeper mistrust of federal policies. Key facts at a glance. Aspect details. Ruling type emergency, shadow docket, 6-3 vote. Legal standard, totality of circumstances allows race, language, job, location as potential factors. Dissent highlights Justice Sotomayor. We should not have to live in a country where the government can seize anyone who looks Latino. Impacted communities, Los Angeles area residents, day laborers, Spanish speakers, Latino communities. Next steps, Ninth Circuit appeal, continued legal opposition from the state and advocacy groups.